Welcome to the deep dive.
Ugh.
Okay, how many times just this week have you felt like you're juggling, I don't know, a million things?
Mhm.
Work demands constantly creeping into your personal time.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. It's such a common struggle, isn't it, in this always-on world?
Right. So today, we're not just going to, nod along. We want to actually unpack some real actionable strategies, help you reclaim some of that life outside of work.
Exactly. And look, this isn't about finding some, perfect balance. Honestly, that feels kind of impossible most days.
Yeah, a unicorn, like you said.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, drawing from the Building Work-Life Harmony series and also the Lifelines by Supreme Medic podcast, our mission really is to pull out practical, mindful ways to build what we're calling work-life harmony.
Harmony, yeah.
Yeah, it's about finding a rhythm, something sustainable, where your work and your personal well-being, they don't just coexist, they actually support each other.
Work-life harmony. I like the sound of that. But okay, let's get down to brass tacks. What does that actually look like day to day?
Well, think of it as being really intentional
Mhm.
about where you put your time, your energy, across everything, right? Your job, your relationships, your health, hobbies.
Mhm.
It's not about splitting it 50-50. It's more about creating a sense of coherence. So your life feels integrated. You're not constantly feeling drained in one area because you're pouring everything into another.
So less about the clock ticking, more about how we're actually feeling and functioning overall.
Precisely. And the impact of this harmony or, the lack of it, it's huge.
Absolutely. We all know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Constantly stressed, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But what are the real sort of tangible consequences when work and life are chronically out of whack?
Yeah. The Lifelines episode really nails this. It's not just feeling a bit tired,
Right.
Prolonged imbalance really ramps up stress levels. That can lead straight to burnout, that feeling of being emotionally, physically, mentally done.
Mm-hmm.
Exhausted. Totally. And that can show up in all sorts of ways. More anxiety, trouble sleeping, even a weaker immune system. And beyond just us, it hits our work performance, job satisfaction, and it definitely puts a strain on our relationships.
Okay, so the flip side.
Well, the flip side is when we actively try to cultivate this harmony, we generally find we have more energy, we're mentally sharper, feel more emotionally fulfilled. It's a big difference.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, recognizing why it matters is step one. But how do we actually figure out where we stand right now?
Yeah.
How do you assess your own balance?
That's the crucial first step, just like the Lifelines episode emphasizes. Honest self-reflection. We have to ask ourselves some pretty direct questions.
Okay, hit us with them. What should we be thinking about?
All right, maybe start by actually tracking your time for a week, like really tracking it. How many hours are truly going to work?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, be honest. Include checking emails in the evening or that extra hour finishing something after dinner. Then compare that number to the time you spend on things that recharge you. Quality time with family, friends, hobbies, exercise, even just quiet time. Ask yourself, do you feel like you're constantly running on empty? Like there's no breathing room?
It's almost scary to actually look at those numbers sometimes, isn't it?
It really can be. But it's so important to see if maybe you've slipped into what Lifelines calls the workaholic trap.
Right.
Where those lines just completely blur and work overshadows, well, everything else. And like we said, that path usually leads to chronic stress, burnout, a lower quality of life. So that first, maybe uncomfortable look, that's the foundation for making any changes.
Okay. We've stared into the abyss of our schedules.
Yeah.
Now what? How do we start carving out some space, setting some boundaries?
Right. This is where the practical stuff comes in. And a really big one is setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. Now, I know what you might be thinking.
Easier said than done. Especially now, right? My laptop basically lives on my kitchen table.
Tell me about it. Exactly. But both Building Work-Life Harmony and Lifelines really stress that these boundaries, even though they're hard to set up, are just vital for protecting your mental space, your personal time.
So how? What does that look like?
Well, think about it like this. You wouldn't just walk into someone's office at 9 p.m., right?
Yeah.
We need similar, maybe mental barriers for work. A key thing is defining your work hours. And then, as much as you possibly can, sticking to them. This might mean talking to your team, your clients about when you're available. And another huge one, actively resist checking emails or work messages outside those hours.
Oof, that little buzz or ping feels so urgent, though, even when it probably isn't.
It's designed to. But try to reframe it. Is it a real emergency? Probably not. It can likely wait.
Okay.
And if you work from home, try to create some physical separation, even just a corner of a room designated as your office. It helps your brain switch modes.
A mental cue.
Exactly. And a really practical tip from Lifelines: literally turn off work notifications on your phone when you're done for the day. It's amazing how much calmer you feel without those constant pings pulling you back.
Those are some really solid, concrete things to try. Okay, what's another big strategy for getting some time and energy back?
The next really vital one is getting good at prioritizing and delegating. We often feel like we have to do everything ourselves, right? But that's just a fast track to overwhelm.
Guilty as charged. I definitely think it'll just be quicker if I do it.
I hear that constantly. But both sources really push using daily task lists. Focus on what really matters, what absolutely has to get done today. Put your energy there.
Okay.
And also, we need to get more comfortable saying no gracefully, to things that aren't essential or that just spread us too thin. Building work-life harmony talks about recognizing your limits, being assertive but kind when you have to decline something, and, super important, look for chances to delegate. At work, trust your team. And at home, too, share the load. The household chores. You don't have to carry it all.
It's about remembering you're part of a team, yeah. Both places.
Exactly. So beyond managing the workload and setting those boundaries, there are other things, proactive steps for just overall well-being.
Okay, let's talk about those. What else helps?
The third key strategy, and this is one people often skip or feel guilty about, is taking breaks. Intentionally, without feeling like you're slacking off.
Oh, the guilt. It's so real.
Yeah.
I feel like if I step away, I'm instantly falling behind.
That's such a common mindset, but it's actually counterproductive in the long run. Short breaks can seriously boost your focus and fight off that mental fatigue.
Really, even short ones.
Yeah. Building work-life harmony mentions micro breaks, like 5 or 10 minutes away from a task. It can really help you come back sharper. And definitely use your lunch break to actually step away from the screen, reset your mind. Lifelines backs this up too, stressing how important those moments of mental disengagement are.
So not just physically walking away, but mentally shifting gears too.
Precisely. Which kind of leads nicely into the fourth strategy, being mindful about technology. Our devices connect us, sure, but man, they can be a huge source of distraction. And that feeling of being constantly tethered.
It's such a double-edged sword, isn't it?
It absolutely is. So building work-life harmony suggests using tools, maybe app timers or focus modes during work hours, just to limit those interruptions. And like we touched on before, both sources strongly recommend setting up digital boundaries. Disconnect from work apps, turn off those notifications when you're off duty, create that mental space you need to actually recharge.
So being intentional about when and how we use tech, not just constantly reacting to it.
You got it. Okay, now let's shift to something that often gets shoved right to the bottom of the list, but it's absolutely essential.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
Scheduling your personal time.
Yeah?
And treating it just as seriously as you would a critical work meeting.
Wow. That's a powerful way to think about it, if it's actually in the calendar.
It's non-negotiable. Exactly. Block out specific times in your week for things you enjoy. Exercise, hobbies, quality time with people, or just some quiet you time. Lifelines really underscores this treat that self-care time like any other vital commitment. And building work-life harmony reminds us about the basics, the foundations of self-care that let us handle busy lives. Like sleep, prioritize it. It's fuel, not a luxury.
Right.
Pay attention to nutrition, eat balanced meals, get regular physical activity. Lifeline specifically notes how exercise busts stress and boosts your mood. Find something you actually enjoy.
That makes sense.
And nurture your connections. Make real time for people. Plus, things like meditation or journaling, also mentioned in Lifelines, can be amazing for just calming the mind.
Yeah. It's about actively nurturing ourselves, isn't it? Not waiting until we're running on fumes.
Precisely. And as we're doing all this, trying to find more harmony, it's also really important to adjust our internal compass a bit.
What do you mean by that? Adjust our compass.
Well, we kind of need to reevaluate what success really means to us. True fulfillment isn't just about climbing the ladder at work, right?
Yeah.
It's more about aligning our lives with what we truly value, finding purpose across the board. Building work-life harmony encourages us to maybe adjust our expectations, let go of perfectionism a bit.
That's a tough one.
Oh, it is. But celebrate the progress, Even small steps. Don't just chase some impossible ideal. And Lifelines brings in that crucial idea of flexibility, this balance thing. It isn't rigid. Life happens. It's okay to adjust as long as you stay mindful of your overall well-being. Practice some self-compassion. Perfect balance every single day. probably not going to happen. But a healthy equilibrium over time, totally achievable.
So it's much more of a continuous process, learning, adjusting, not like a one-and-done fix.
Exactly right. It's an ongoing journey, cultivating a life that actually nourishes you, professionally and personally.
Okay, so just to quickly recap the big strategies,
Mm,
we need to start with honest self-assessment. Then, set clear boundaries. Prioritize ruthlessly and delegate. Take actual breaks without guilt. Use technology mindfully. Schedule that personal time like it matters. And remember flexibility and self-compassion.
That's a fantastic summary. And like Lifeline says, it really is an ongoing evolution, a continuous effort to build a life that supports your well-being in, all the ways that matter.
This has definitely given me a lot to think about and some really practical things I can actually try, like starting today.
That's great to hear. And maybe just one final thought to leave you with. Dr. Sridharam Vishnoi's work, mentioned in Building Work-Life Harmony, kind of invites us to rethink productivity itself. What if it wasn't just about ticking off tasks? What if we started prioritizing purpose and inner peace and personal growth as key measures of a successful life? How might that shift change how we approach work and how we build a more sustainable, more fulfilling life overall? Something to chew on, perhaps, as you continue building your own work-life harmony.